Good evening. I had no intentions on going live tonight, but here I am because I felt like something I needed to explain something, and it was another topic I wanted to talk about, but we shall see. Not quite sure yet. So hello, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. How y'all doing tonight? It is Friday. I hope y'all are having a good time. I hope y'all are enjoying life. If you don't know who I am and you've popped across my live stream, my name is Devi Maisha and I am the Central Energy Alchemist. I am a master life coach and a sacred sexuality teacher, and my work centers around reconnecting Black women to their freedom, sovereignty, and power through sensuality and pleasure. So I wanted to come on here really quick because I'm hosting a class January 7th at 8 p.m. I've had to update the time, 8 p.m. on vaginal mapping, also known as yoni mapping. Some folks might know it as yoni massage. And I want to explain in short detail what that is so that people have some idea, the women who are coming in, of what exactly they are signing up for. So, and let me just put the link in here so that you guys have it when you're ready to register. Okay, so yoni is a Sanskrit word for the vagina. It is often used in sacred sexuality circles. It loosely translates into like your sacred garden, your sacred space. And so it's a beautiful word to use. Of course, there are other words that people have used throughout time to describe their genitals, and that's perfectly fine. Whatever works for you is what works for me. What the importance of what vaginal mapping or yoni mapping does is it allows for a woman, and you can do this solo or partnered. I am teaching it partnered because that is more of where I gear my work towards women on their own, creating their own sense of pleasure for themselves, because I find that oftentimes we are dependent upon someone else to give us something that already exists within us. So what yoni mapping or vaginal mapping is it is a technique. It's not rocket science. You can probably Google it if you wanted to. You don't have to come to the class, but it's more fun if you come to the class. It is a way for you to explore the inside of your canal. It is a way for you to find all of the different spots. And if you don't know what they are, everybody hears about the G spot, but people don't know about the C or the A or the P. There are other spots inside of you that offer pleasure. So one of the first benefits of yoni mapping or vaginal mapping is understanding where those spots exist in your body. One of the other reasons to do this work is, as women, we hold a lot of energy in our womb space. We don't realize that. Many of us are quite disconnected from our bodies in this society. We are revved up, we are on the go, and we're not fully connected to the wisdom and the intuition that actually comes from our womb space. Doing these exercises, doing yoni mapping or vaginal mapping, allows you to get in touch with that area and also allows you to free up trapped emotions that may be embedded in the tissues. That is a thing, and it does happen. It's for the same reason you would go and get a massage on your body. It's the same concept, but we somehow think that, that down there or that part of our body is not as important. Why is this important, especially for women and especially for Black women? Due to our history in particular and what our womb has offered to the world, we walk around extremely disconnected from our bodies. Many of us especially those of us who are high achieving women, those of us who have gone through the ranks of schooling and gotten degree after degree after degree, have sometimes found that we feel like we've sent are and a part of ourselves in our pursuit of higher living, of higher something else. And in doing yoni mapping, you actually begin to reconnect with the parts of yourself that you may have left behind as you went on an upward trajectory. And another benefit of yoni mapping or vaginal mapping is that it opens up the creative channels. It allows for you to have more energy and space to create what you desire in your life so that you're not forcing things to happen, but you're allowing what is rightfully yours to come to you. And you're not so constricted and contracted. And something else that this practice offers is if you experience pain during intercourse, doing this practice can help to relax the inside of the canal so it is not so tight and so it is able to receive. These are some of the benefits of yoni mapping, and this is why I'm hosting this free class on January 7th at 8 p.m. geared towards Black women, because I have said that this is a year of pleasure for Black women. We have gone through so much healing work, and we have seen all the coaches and the healers, and some of y'all are doing the shrooms, and you're doing, all the things. You got your waist speed, you're in it, sis. You're in it. And I applaud you. I've been doing it too. But sometimes we make this healing work a new religion. Sometimes we forget that the purpose of doing this work is to increase the pleasure in our lives, to create a life that we love, to create a life that feels orgasmic. And this class is here to remind you that all of everything that you've done, you're in a good place. You don't have to strive for some version of a perfect form of yourself. First of all, you're never going to achieve it. There's always going to be something else. But what you can do in this moment is you can feel all of the pleasure that your body can hold. You can experience the love, the joy, and still get your bag at the same time. All of this can happen simultaneously. And I want you to understand the wisdom that comes from your womb, which so many of us have been taught is this dirty, filthy place, is something not to be discussed, is something shameful. And whether you realize it or not, those ideas seep into the very fabric of how you perceive yourself as a Black woman. So we want to bring joy to all parts of your body, from your elbows to your lips, to your thick thighs that save lives, to your yoni. It's all valid and it's all important. So I wanted to jump on here quickly and just explain that a little bit. This class is free. It is happening January 7th, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You are more than welcome to please go ahead and register. I would love to have you there. It'll be roughly an hour, I'm guessing, and then there'll be time for some Q&A. By the way, I'm creating a fabulous slide presentation for y'all. I'm just going to pat myself on the back, like fabulous slide presentation for you all. And in full transparency, at the end of this, I will absolutely invite you to join my private membership group. Absolutely, I will. But I want you to come. Well, then that's just the end of that statement, huh? I want you to come to this class so that you can learn about you, so that you can feel more grounded in your body. Because believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, but the better you know your yoni, the easier life gets at work. The better you know your yoni, the easier relationships become. The better you know your yoni, the more you know you. It's not a separate thing that you put to the side or only take out when it's time to be intimate with someone. This is an ongoing relationship. And one of the most important relationship you can have is between you and your body. So if you have been feeling stagnant in the bedroom, if you have been feeling stagnant in life, if you have been feeling stagnant in your money, if you have been feeling a lot of tension, if you have been feeling a lot of anger, if you have been feeling a lot of sadness, if you've been feeling a lot of grief, this class is for you. For all of that. So we're going to have a good time in sisterhood. It is going to be wonderful. The replay will be made available inside of my membership community, but I would love for you to come and show up live for free on Tuesday, January 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can use that link that's there, bit.ly.com, vaginal mapping explained. Hey, y'all, vaginal map. Thank you so much, Roberta. I appreciate you putting in the time in there on Instagram. You can use that link that is there in order for you to register. I would love to see you. If you are part of Sensual, you know what? I also want to talk about something else. I'm gonna save it for another time. I'm going to have a conversation with you all about sexual discernment. No, we're just gonna do it now. We're gonna do it quickly, and I'll do it more later. You know, I was sitting thinking today, and this ties into the class, by the way. I was sitting thinking today how much we as women do not have enough sexual discernment. We are, um, we find ourselves in situations with partners who we later look back on and say that, and it's all learning. Like, we're not blaming anybody, by the way. We're not blaming anyone. Okay. It's all a learning process. But we look back and we find ourselves, we found out we spent time with partners that just a no, right? You know what I'm saying. It's just a no. Part of the reason why yoni mapping is so important and this relationship with your body is so important is because when you are tuned in to those inner messages and to that ancient wisdom that exists within you, your choices are different. Your discernment is different. You may be accustomed to looking for a particular, I speak in heterosexual terms because that is the world I live in. So you can fill in the blank for whatever you want to fill it in for. I'm just going to let you know that right now. You may find yourself always attracted to a certain kind of man. And that man or situation does not work out well for you. These are patterns of behavior. These are grooves that have been, grooved into your brain of this is who you are and this is what you want. When you start getting in touch with your yoni, you actually start freeing up those grooves, those patterns, those behaviors. You start discovering what you're actually attracted to. You have better discernment for the people that you choose to spend your time with and to be intimate with. And it is so important for us as women because whether we like it or not, we are going to carry whatever has been placed in us, or we're going to choose not to. We are going to end up with that responsibility. Whatever you think the world should be like, at the end of the day, it's our body, our choice, right? So if we are going to be responsible for what we carry, then we have to get really clear about who we are choosing to allow into our space and why. I don't care if you're monogamous, polyamorous. I don't care if you want to be in a long-term relationship or if you want to have one-night stands. What I care about is that you are aware of what you are doing, why you are doing it, and why you're choosing the people that you're doing it with. That's what's most important to me. And that you have no shame in whatever your choices are. But when you are disconnected from the most sacred part of your body, it makes it very difficult for you to discern what is a pattern that you've become accustomed to and what is an actual connection through your soul. And I don't know about you, but for me, I very much enjoy the soul connections because then no matter what happens, it's usually free of drama. The connection to the person is cleaner. It's not based on these inner child needs. It's grown up. There's generally a friendship of some sort attached to it because our souls have connected on a level. So it's really important for us as women to have discernment. And of course, I'm specifically for Black women. to have discernment, because what we carry is so powerful. And being a mother is not a game, it's serious work. And even if it is not a child you're carrying, if it's an energy, if it's an idea, it still needs to be nurtured properly. It still needs discernment. And one of the ways that you get in tune with that discernment is to get in tune with your yoni, your vagina, whatever name you want to give it. All right, so I was able to get that out quickly. All right, so I invite you all. Hello, everybody on Instagram. Hi, y'all. Hey, Miriam. I invite you all to sign up, ladies, for it's bit.ly/vaginal mapping explained. It is a free class. It is January 7th at 8 p.m. You can also find the link across my social media. If you go to my link in bio that you see on my Instagram, the link is in there. On YouTube, the link is in there. If you just click the link on my Facebook, click the link, you will find the registration inside, just in case you don't feel like trying to type it out or write it down. It's there. It's convenient. I've been posting about it, so you can find it. Okay. All right. For those of you in Sensual Abundance, I will see you tomorrow morning at 9-ish for us to talk about day 17. Day 17? Day 17. We will be talking about day 17. And if you don't know, for those of you who are just popping on and you're a different kind of crowd, it's the nighttime crowd. I am going live every day until the end of January. We've been doing Sensual Abundance. We've been using the Abundance Book by John Randolph Price. And this has really been about us expanding our ability to hold abundance, expanding our ability to hold more without fear of losing it, without fear of the other shoe dropping, and just being in the midst of all of the pleasure, because I said this is the year of pleasure for Black women, being in the midst of all of the pleasure that we can possibly stand in this life. So I'll be back here at 9 a.m. Just want to come on here quick. I'm going to pop off and go finish getting the curriculum ready for this class on January 7th at 8 p.m. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.